Hello, everyone. If someone could type something in the chat to let me know that you can see and hear me, I would really appreciate it before we start, so I know that everything is working. This is Shalom, and we offer an evening service every weekday, Monday through Thursday, and then a Shabbat service on Friday evening. Again, if you can type in the Restream chat and let me know that you can hear and see me, that would be great. And then I know that we are ready to begin. If you want to follow along with the service that we're doing this evening, you can go to seamshalom.com and click on the little TV icon. Great. Thank you, Ellen Rose, for letting me know that we are on. You can click on the little TV icon and then scroll down till you see the services. And I'm Rabbi Judy. So if you would like to look at a copy of the service that we're doing this evening, just scroll down until you see the services and find Rabbi Judy's service. And I am Rabbi Judy Ginsburg. I am a rabbi in Louisiana. And I am subbing tonight for Rabbi Nancy, who normally does services on Wednesday. And I have some rather sad news to report to you. On Friday of last week, Rabbi Nancy suddenly lost her husband. And we send our sincere condolences to Nancy, Rabbi Nancy Tunick, and her family for this incredible loss, very sudden loss. And so Rabbi Nancy will probably be taking a break for a little while, and some of the other rabbis with Sim Shalom will be filling in for her. So tonight I am subbing for Rabbi Nancy because she is with her family, and again we send our condolences to all of them. We've lost so many people in this past year. This marks about a year from the time that everything shut down, and who would have ever thought it would have lasted for an entire year or more. So I hope that some of you are getting vaccinated. I have received both of my vaccines, and I'm very, very glad of that. I do feel a little safer, and I hope that we can all feel a little safer very soon. So we will get started with our service. Again, we're using Rabbi Judy's service, and we will begin with Hine Matov, which says how good, how pleasant it is that we can all live together in community. Hine ma tov u'mana'im shevet kulanu yachad. Hine ma tov u'mana'im shevet kulanu yachad. Hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Ya la 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 la. Hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Ya la 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 la. Hine ma tov u'mana'im shevet kulanu yachad. Hine ma tov u'mana'im shevet kulanu yachad. Welcome everyone who's joined us. Welcome Rabbi Zev. It's lovely to see you and all the others who are joining us. And we continue with our Baruch Hu, our call to worship. Yai lai lai, yai lai la lai, yai lai lai la lai lai. Baruch hu et Adonai hamevarach. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due. Baruch Adonai hamevarach le'olam va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due, now and forever. Yai lai lai, lai lai la lai, yai lai lai la lai lai. You abound in blessings, eternal one, our God, sovereign of all time and space, whose word brings on twilight. With wisdom you open gateways, with understanding you alter times, vary the seasons, and assigned the stars to their watches in the sky. Ahavat olam bet Yisrael amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot. Therefore, Adonai, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for mitzvot are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Adonai, never remove your love from us. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Praised are you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel. The Shema commands us to listen to God, to listen to those around us, and to listen to ourselves. And with the Shema, we often bring the focus into ourselves. We want no distractions while we say this very important prayer. And so I invite you to focus, to bring the Shema into yourself. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love God with all the power of your heart, with its yearnings, its passions, with all you hold dear in life, and with the fullness of what the world gives you. Wrap these words around your deeds as a holy garment, and let them shape your home into a dwelling place of peace. Wherever you go, scatter the words like seeds. Let them be drops of water on the thirsty earth. Seal these words upon your heart, that their sacredness may permeate your being, coursing through your veins, melting body into soul. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot, o sefele. Nora tehilot, o sefele. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh. Eternal God, cause us to lie down in peace and raise us up to life. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us for your name's sake. Shield us and remove from our path all hostility, disease, war, famine, and sorrow. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you are a protecting and saving power, truly a sovereign power. Gracious and compassionate are you. Guard our going and our coming in life and in peace, now and forever. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. We take a few moments for silent reflection, to think about our ancestors, to think about those who came before us, upon whose shoulders we stand. So many people paved the way for us, and we remember them now. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru Amen. We come to the part of our service where we send healing prayers to those who are in need of healing. As I mentioned at the beginning, there are so many who are in need of healing. We have all lost loved ones and friends this year. And we not only send prayers to people who need to heal, whom we know, but we take those prayers into ourselves as well, because we are all in need of healing. Mishaberach avotenu ve'imotenu, hu yivarech et hacholim. May the one who blessed our fathers and our mothers bless and heal all those who are ill. Send them prayers for a refuah shlema, a fast and complete return to wholeness. And I invite you to type names in the chat whom you would like to send healing prayers to this evening. And I will chant in the words that Moses prayed to God to heal his sister Miriam. El na rifana la. Please heal her now. El na rifana la. Please heal us now. El na rifana lo. Please heal our souls. El na rifana la. Please heal us now. El na rifana lo. Please heal all our souls. Before we get to the Aleinu, I wanted to share a little bit about the Torah portion that we will read this Shabbat. The Torah portion is called Vayikra, And it's the first portion of the book of Leviticus. Last Shabbat, we ended the book of Exodus. And now we get into the book that is mainly about laws. It tells us all the things we should and shouldn't do and how we should do them. In fact, the book of Leviticus is called Vayikra in Hebrew, and the word means, and he called. The portion begins when God calls Moses up from the tent of meeting to tell him about the laws of the karbanot, the animal and meal sacrifices that are to be brought to the sanctuary. Of course, we know that all sacrifices ended with the destruction of the Second Temple in Jerusalem. But up until then, sacrifices were extremely important in Jewish life. They appeared to be a way to establish a sacred community. There were basically 5 types of sacrifices: flour or meal offerings known as mincha, and 4 other types of offerings involving animal sacrifices: burnt offerings, sin offerings, guilt offerings, and peace offerings. And there were only 5 types of animals that could be brought to the altar for sacrifice: oxen, sheep, goats, turtle doves, and pigeons. Most of us today would read this and shun the whole idea of animal sacrifice. But back then, in biblical times, in the times of the 2 temples in Jerusalem, and prior to that, our ancestors turned to animal sacrifice because they saw in it a way to express deep rage, feelings of inadequacy, and even guilt. They could use the rite of sacrifice as a means of facing their fear of death and the unknown. They could, through the sacrifice of animals, see their own fragility, their own mortality, and their own unhappiness and even anger. By reading Vayikra, we learn to see our fears and faults through the eyes of an animal going to the slaughter. We will continue our service with Aleinu. Aleinu lishabeach la'adon ha'kol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit. Shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kimishpechot adama. Shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vigor aleinu kechol hamonam. Va'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved, each of us, for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. We now come to our Kaddish This is one of the reasons we do this Maariv service each weekday, because there are always people who need to say Kaddish. And there are people who have no one to say Kaddish for them. So we all fulfill that obligation whenever we say Kaddish. I invite you to put the names in the chat of anyone you are remembering this week and at this Shabbat, which will be coming up. We have one more Shabbat, two more Shabbats actually, before we celebrate the holiday of Pesach, Passover, and I hope many of you are looking forward to being at a Seder, whether in person or online. I hope everyone has somewhere to go for Seder. So please join me now in reciting our Kaddish prayer. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, B'yalma divra chirutei, B'yamlich malchutei, B'chai yechon uv'yom echon, Uv'chaye de kol bet Yisrael, B'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mivorach, Leolam ulomei almaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, da'am iran bi'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. May the one who causes peace to reign in the high heavens bring peace to us and all Israel, all the world. Bring that peace down to earth, and let us all say, Amen. Again, for those of you who joined us late, I am Rabbi Judy Ginsburg. I'm a rabbi in Louisiana. I welcome all of you here this evening. I'm subbing for Rabbi Nancy Tunick this evening, and I especially said that Kaddish in memory of her husband, who passed away very suddenly on Friday. So Rabbi Nancy will probably not be here doing services for a while, but we will be subbing for her and keeping her and her family in our hearts. We all remember so many friends and loved ones that we have lost. And so I invite you to join Sim Shalom every Monday through Thursday for a Maariv service, and then Friday nights with Rabbi Blaine for Shabbat. And I will end with the same Oseh Shalom that I sang after our silent Amidah and prayer. This is an Oseh Shalom by a group from Israel named Nava Tehillah. They write some wonderful melodies, so I encourage you to look them up and learn some of their music. This is their Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, Amen. May you have peace. May you enjoy the rest of the week and have a wonderful Shabbat at the end of the week. And I hope to see you again soon. Good night, Erev Tov.